week. Instead, Democrats issued a new broadside against Republicans and giving parents the ability to approve sexually explicit curriculum in the classroom. But will Nancy Pelosi let it come to the floor for a vote? To discuss those topics and more, we lead off our show this Saturday, joined by New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Congressman, good to see you.
It's good to be with you. It's a great morning.
Congressman, let's start off with the economy. President Biden gave two speeches this week that were supposed to address inflation and the looming recession. Take a listen.
Republicans love to attack me as a big spender, as if that's the reason why inflation's gone up. Let's compare the facts. Under my predecessor, the deficit exploded, rising every single year in the Republicans. Under my plan, we're on track to cut the federal deficit by $1.5 trillion this year.
Congressman, I'd love to get your reaction to that. First, a little bit of fuzzy math from the president and from the White House there. But I also need to ask, is there a way at this point, given how much money has been spent over the last 2 years, is there a way to address this, or is it going to take much, much longer to make a dent?
Well, 2 points here. One, you're right. There's a lot of fuzzy math. What he's comparing is pre-COVID and post-COVID numbers. So, you know, when you say that you reduce the deficit or you're spending less because you were just spending just obscene amounts of money before that, that doesn't really hold up. The bottom line is he was spending a real lot then, still spending a tremendous amount of money. It's just that he was spending even more then than he is now. Those numbers don't hold up at all. They're not the truth. It's basically a big lie. Secondly, yeah, there are things that we can do. We have to be careful. Number one, the most basic of all is how we spend and what we do. A good example of it is, as much as I feel for the Ukrainian people, and I do very much, as all Americans do. I mean, when we're just spending $40 billion here, $40 billion there, it's serious stuff, and it really mounts up and it creates problems. We have to control the amount of money we appropriate. It's just that simple. And we also have to be careful in what we do. We need to develop a real supply chain, because what we also have, and what started a lot of this, is we have too much money chasing too few goods. And we knew that was going to happen because of our lack of a real solid supply chain in America. We have to get everything from China and other countries. That's not good. That's not good for America.
Yeah, and of course, also tax receipts. The government is taking more of our money. That's one of the reasons why the deficit is coming down, because the government is collecting a historic amount of money over last year and the year before. Congressman, you are on the Homeland Security Committee. This week, it was released that drug overdose deaths in the U.S. topped 108,000 in 2021. Chinese fentanyl continues to stream over the border. 90% of the fentanyl is coming across our southern border. What is the Republican conference's plan on day one in the majority, should that happen, to stop that deadly flow of drugs?
Well, there's things that can be done immediately. It's sinful that this administration isn't doing anything and isn't even allowing us, the Republican conference, when we come up with good ideas, or any individual one of us, to do anything or to allow that to move forward. We need to build a wall. We need to build the wall, period. It should be done. Nations have borders. Even third world nations have borders. We need to have a border. Secondly, we need more border patrol. We need more police there. We need more protection there. Thirdly, we need to make sure that as we move forward at the border, that we reenact some of those policies and keep other ones. Title 42 shouldn't go away. Immediate return of those. Some of these individuals, the second they get there, they should be sent right back. We should renegotiate and reinstate our agreements with the Northern Triangle, where they were keeping these people, as well as Mexico. We need to work with Mexico so that they keep these people. They didn't want to originally, and President Trump made it clear that they absolutely had to. You do all that to begin with, you're going to reduce your numbers tremendously.
Congressman, last week you introduced a bill called the My Child, My Choice Act with a number of your other colleagues. Talk to us a little bit about that legislation.
Well, with all the things we have going on, with all the problems there are, we're now redoing textbooks, and even for second graders, putting information in there, sometimes subtly through the text, and then sometimes in actual coursework that, your body, you may feel like you have certain body parts and you're a male, but you really may not be, and going into, different types of sexual activities. This is not what second graders are supposed to be learning. Why in God's name would we do that? So, parents should have the choice about their children's education. Frankly, we're really destroying our system, our educational system, and we're dropping worldwide as far as how we stand up next to other countries. Bottom line is, my child, my choice. I don't want this. I don't get it, and my child doesn't get it. That's simple. And if 50% of the school doesn't want it, or 50% of the class, it then doesn't exist at all, and we don't have that program.
Real quickly, because I have to wrap with you, Congressman, do you think that you can get Democrat support for that kind of legislation? Seems pretty common sense to me as a parent. And do you think that you could get Nancy Pelosi to even bring it to the floor?
I don't think Nancy will bring it to the floor. No, it's like so many other good bills that actually keep the border intact and do a host of other things. I don't think she will do it. However, I think it hurts Democrats and it hurts her when they don't, because people are tired. They want their America back. They want their children back.
New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew, thank you so much for being with us today, sir.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.